Rear Admiral Keith Smith is the commander of the U.S. Coast Guard's 5th District, which includes North Carolina. He strategically positioned ships, aircraft, boats, and crews to respond after the storm. Rear Admiral Smith joins us by phone from his district's headquarters in Portsmouth, Virginia. Thank you so much for joining us. When will it be safe enough for your team to go out and start rescuing people that need help?
Well, good morning, and thank you. So like you said, we have our resources positioned, our people ready to respond. And as this storm, as Florence makes landfall, we're just kind of watching right now and when the conditions allow. Our biggest concern right now is the wind. And so helicopters, boats ready to respond, but we have to wait for the wind conditions to subside. And right now we're evaluating that basically on an hourly basis. And when the conditions permit and we can operate safely, we will put our resources into play.
And yet the storm surge is something that we're obviously focused on as well, aside from the wind. This storm is expected to stall for days. How does that impact your operations and your planning?
No, it's a great question. So, right now, helicopters, we have punt boats. We have 24 helicopters, 10 fixed-wing aircraft, and 29 shallow water boats ready to respond. And this is kind of an all-of-the-Coast Guard response brought in from all over the country to ready to respond. So the surge is a problem. We're going to go through several cycles of high tides during the storm, so a lot of flooding is going to be impacted. So a little bit of a challenge, but right now probably the biggest challenge we have is the winds. So the tides will be a little bit of a problem in getting our boats in. And so we have positioned those and they're ready to respond. So it'll be a little bit of a challenge, but we expect that we will be able to get through that. Right now, the wind is our biggest challenge.
Admiral Smith, real quickly, are there tankers out at sea and other big ships that can't get out of the way of this? And are you worried about them?
So right before the storm, we went out and we did a search and rescue patrol, announced to all the ships to get out, especially the smaller vessels, to get off the water. And most of them heeded that warning. The larger ships have sailed out, and right now we don't have any. We have had no concerns about ships at sea that are in trouble right now. We did have a couple of calls last night of some ships that tried, or smaller vessels tried to relocate. Got in a little bit of trouble, but we were able to provide assistance to them. They were able to kind of self-help themselves, but we have no indications of anybody in distress offshore right now.
Well, that's good news. Rear Admiral Smith, we thank you very much.